Hello viewers and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is HP Fashions GY. So in today's tutorial we'll be learning on how to cut and sew this beautiful bubu dress, alright, with middle buttons and a front slit. Okay, so at this point I've placed my fabric. I'm actually using a 3 yards for this. So I've taken my full length, then I'll be taking my half length at this point. Alright, so I'll be marking my half length measurement at this point. Alright, so my half length is 18 and a half. I will use a chalk to rule right there. Okay, so at this point now go ahead and take my shoulder measurement. Go ahead and take the shoulder measurement and the sleeve extension, okay, for about 12 inches from the shoulder. Then I'll be taking my armhole depth. I'll be using 9 inches at this point. Alright, although it's a cut together dress, so this is the 9 inches just to be sure. And at this point now I'll just go ahead to confirm my armhole. I'm using a 9.5, right, because I want it to be spacious, not to tight up. Alright, so at this point now I'll go ahead and connect this with just half an inch from the armhole line. I just curve down. Alright, then afterwards, once it's setting, I'll go ahead and cut this out. See the way I trimmed the armhole, just a little. Okay, so I'll cut this down all the way down. Alright, so I'll be getting exactly this measurement for the front and the back, exactly. Alright, so I'm not adding up any zipper allowance to the back, nothing. So exactly the way the front is, that's exactly the way the back will be. Alright, so it's actually a free dress, so I use the wideness. At this point now I'll be using neck wideness of 4 inches. Alright, then neck depth of about 8 inches. Alright, so at this point now I'll be making a wideness of about 1.5, spacing of 1.5 from the 8 inches depth. Alright, I'll make this 1.5 till I get to the down part of this dress, and again I'm cutting it directly to the fabric. Okay, so I'll go ahead and connect this way, connect the neckline to the 1.5 inches wide I did all the way down. Alright, so the wideness of this dress, I used a wideness of about 55 inches wide. Alright, so because I want it to be free. So at this point now I'm cutting out the 1.5, the wideness of the 1.5. Alright, so I'm cutting it all out till I get to the neckline of this. Alright, so once I'm done, I'll keep this aside. Then this is actually the back, neck wideness of 4 inches and depth of 1.5. Alright, so I'll go ahead and connect them together, then I'll go ahead and trim it off. Alright, so this is actually the back. The back is the high neck. Okay, so this is the back. Once this is done, I'll go ahead and get the middle, the one I trimmed off. Right, so I'll be replacing it with another one. Alright, so I'll be using a wideness of 4 inches. Remember, I minused 1.5. When you spread open, it's be giving you 3 inches. So I'll be using a wideness of 4 inches, which is 1 inch for seam allowance. Alright, so at this point now, trim this to the end. Then after cutting this, I'll go ahead and divide this into 2. Alright, because now folded is giving 8, so I want it 4 inches. So I'm dividing it now into 2 because that's exactly what we want. Alright, so after dividing everything, I'll just go ahead, and this is what we have at this point now. So I'll take it to my sewing machine at this point and join this together. Alright, so at this point now I'll go ahead to join this part because this is actually the side that will stay on the back side. Alright, the back side of the neck. Okay, because the joining of this, the adding of this stuff to the neckline. We'll also start from the back side of the neck. Okay, so once this is, I'll join the shoulders of my dresses. I'm attaching the front to the back shoulder all the way down. Okay, so I'll attach the two together. That's the first thing to do when I've gotten my middle. All right, so at this point now, I'll go ahead and trim off, then join the other side as well. Okay, so I'll go ahead and join the other shoulder as well. Then once that is done, I'm actually joining this with just half an inch. Okay, I'm not taking more than that. So half an inch is actually better for the joining of this. All right, except you provided an allowance of about 1 inch, then I'll have to take that wide. So at this point now, I'll be taking my neck wideness for the back. I'll be taking the middle parts, which I placed a pin now at. Alright, then this stuff, the long stuff I joined, I'll be placing the middle side to the middle side because the back had a joining. Alright, so the two middle sides will be facing each other. Then I will place this side to the neckline. Then once I get to the shoulder, I'm going to stop right there, use my pin to secure. Okay, I just want to get exactly the measurement of the front to know how many I'm sealing up. So at this point now, I'll place it this way, then measure the middle. All right, so I'm measuring now. I'll be using a depth of 9 inches. All right, so I'll be using the depth of 9 inches, which I've marked. All right, so now I've gotten my 9 inches on this side. Then I'll have to spread it right open. Okay, let the two right side face each other. If they face each other, then I will stitch right at the middle. Okay, so this is exactly how I did. So at this point now, I'm stitching right at the middle of the attachment. Okay, so now remember I got a wideness of about 4 inches wide. So now the middle now is, I'm sewing in between 2 inches wide. Okay, so I will sew all this, not all the way down. All right, so from the down part of the dress, I'll be making the wide a length or wideness of the length for the sleeve the slits. I'm using a wideness of about 22 inches for slits. All right, so it all depends on how I want it. All right, so at this point now, I'm just trying to measure to know where I'm stopping. All right, from the down part is 22, then from the upper part I'm stopping at 41 inches. All right, so at this point now, I'll just stitch and stop right here. Okay, so this is actually for the sleeve slits on the down part. So when I take off my pins and spread open, this is what I should be getting. So at this point now, I'll go ahead and join the neckline. I'll go ahead and join them all the way to the down part, all the way down. All right, so I'm actually joining this at about half an inch. Okay, half an inch. I'm actually joining this with half an inch. Okay, so I'll just have to join this right at the tip of the front side. Then once I sew, I'm actually arranging to be very sure, and before then I actually give a nice press before attaching to this dress. All right, so that it will sit perfectly. All right, so if you find this video very helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't also forget to turn up your notification buttons so that whenever we drop new videos, you will get notifications. Okay, all right, so this is the side for the slits. It's actually together. All right, so this is how it looks like. I have to get them single, not together again with the fabric. So at this point I'll be stopping right here. Then I'll have to repeat the same procedure on the other side. Okay, so at this point now I'm sewing from the fabric side of the dress. All right, to get the middle, the connection of the middle first, then the then the sewing down to the slit side. All right, so this is exactly how it is, looking very simple. It's actually a very simple dress to make in less than 2 hours. All right, so this is exactly how it looks like. Okay, so this is actually the side for the slit. Alright, so I'll stitch right here, then take off the excess thread. Right, so once this is done, this is what we have. Okay, this is how the front side looks like. This is the neckline, everything, the neck side. Right, it's actually giving an up collar now at the back, and this is the slit length. All right, so at this point I'll just go, I've shaped it, and I'll go ahead and fold the down parts. Okay, all right, so I've done my shaping. I actually shaped this dress to just 1/2 inch as well, so I'll go ahead and fold the down parts. All right, I'm making sure that my stitches are actually very neat, because the thread will show at the front side, and and at the same time I'm actually using a matching color thread. All right, so I'll have to fold the down part like this till I get to the other side of my dress. Okay, so this is exactly how it looks like. All right, so at this point now, once I get to this point, I'll go ahead and stitch. So at this point now, we're attaching a rope. So this is my middle, I'm indicating my middle. All right, so I'm attaching the rope on the waistline, and I'm taking the measurement. Okay, this actually, the waist measurement is 40. All right, so at this point now, we're attaching this rope on this line, on the 40 line. Then I will go ahead and stitch it all up. Right, but at this point now I'll be using the pin to secure this. Then I'll also place on the other side. All right, so I'll place it like this. So I've joined this side, then I'll also go ahead to join the side exactly on my half length line. All right, so once this is done, I'll give it a nice press, attach my buttons, and this is the final look of it. All right, this is how it looks like. I tied the rope inside. All right, so this is how it looks like. So at this point now, I'll be setting the rope free, so that you see how free it is. You can rock it anyhow you want it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to turn up your notification button. Okay, this is HP Fashions GY, so kindly share my videos as well. Thanks, see you next time, bye.